Welcome to the deep dive. You ever look at numbers and just feel like they're trying to tell you something that you can't quite figure out the language?
Oh, absolutely. Like secret codes hidden in plain sight.
Exactly. So today we're going to try and crack that code. We're diving into mean, median, mode, and probability. Basically, the stuff behind everything from, understanding your exam results to figuring out why game shows can be so tricky.
hmm And these aren't just like dry math concepts. They're genuinely useful tools for making sense of the world. Surprisingly powerful, actually.
I totally get that. I remember this one time I got a test back and my score felt, well, disastrously low.
Oh.
Yeah. But then the teacher said the class average was really high. Turns out one kid, Brian Arbetter, was basically a genius and skewed the whole thing upwards. I felt so average, maybe even below. If only I'd known about the other kinds of averages then.
Right. That perfectly illustrates the issue with just one type of average. It doesn't always tell the whole story.
Okay, so let's tackle this trio. Mean, median, and mode. Where should we start? Mean seems like the obvious one.
Yeah, let's kick off with the mean. It's the one most people think of as average. You just, add everything up and divide by how many things you added.
Right, simple addition and division. Kind of like imagine you and your friends pooling all your loose change for pizza.
Okay.
Some dump in a handful of quarters, others just pennies. You mix it all together, count it, divide it equally. That shared amount, that's the mean.
Perfect analogy. But what happens if one friend just found a $50 bill and throws that in?
Whoa, yeah, suddenly the average amount everyone put in looks huge, right?
Huh.
Even though most people just had pocket lint. That one big contribution totally throws off the mean.
That's the key weakness. The mean is super sensitive to outliers, those extreme values, like your exam whiz kid.
Or the millionaire walking into a coffee shop.
Exactly. That brings us nicely to the median.
Ah, the median. The unsung hero, maybe?
Could be. So the median is different. Imagine lining everyone up, maybe by height, or in your change example, by how much money they put in, from least to most.
Okay, got the lineup.
The median is just the person, or the amount, smack dab in the middle of that line.
So it doesn't matter if the person at one end brought a penny and the person at the other end brought that 50 bucks.
Nope. The median just cares about who's in the middle position. It ignores those extremes. Think about, say, 12 regular folks having coffee. Then Warren Buffett walks in.
Huh? Okay.
The mean income in that cafe just skyrocketed,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Went to the moon.
But the median income, it barely nudges. It's still going to be the income of that person sitting right in the middle of the original 12, pretty much. It gives a better picture of the typical person there.
That makes so much sense. It's like less easily flustered than the mean. It's dramatic.
It is, though it's worth noting, like the famous scientist Stephen Jay Gould found with his cancer diagnosis, the median survival time didn't tell his specific story. It's the middle, but individuals can be far from the middle.
Good point. It's a snapshot, not the whole movie. Okay, so mean is the balance point, median is the middle ground. What about the mode?
Ah, the mode. This one's maybe the simplest. It's just the value that pops up most often.
Like if you ask a bunch of kids their favorite ice cream flavor.
Exactly. And 10 kids yell chocolate, 3 say vanilla, and 1 says strawberry.
Chocolate is the mode, the most popular choice.
You got it. Simple as that. It tells you about frequency.
Okay, so mean, median, mode. 3 ways to look at average. Mean gets pulled by extremes, median finds the exact middle, and mode tells you what's most common. Like in that coffee shop, the mean income is skewed by Buffett, the median income reflects the regular folks, and the mode might be the most commonly ordered drink, probably a latte.
Precisely. Different tools for different questions. Sometimes you want the total balance point, sometimes the typical middle, sometimes the most frequent thing.
Cool. I got the averages sorted. Now, let's talk about chance. Probability. This feels like where things can get weird.
They definitely can. Probability is essentially just trying to measure how likely something is to happen, on a scale from no way to absolutely certain.
Like flipping a coin. 50-50 heads or tails. 1/2 probability for heads.
Yep. Or rolling a standard die. The chance of getting, say, a 4 is 1 out of 6 possible outcomes, 1/6. Seems straightforward.
Seems straightforward. I sense a but coming. Let's talk about that game show. Monty Hall.
Ah, yes. The classic Monty Hall problem. Prepare for your brain to do a little flip.
Okay, I'm ready. Set the scene.
Right, you're on the show. 3 closed doors. Behind one, a shiny new car. Behind the other 2, goats.
Goats. Definitely want the car.
Obviously. So you pick a door. Let's say you pick door number 1.
Okay, door number 1 it is. feeling lucky.
Now Monty, who knows where the car is, opens one of the other doors, say door number 3, to reveal the goat.
Okay, so one goat is out of the picture.
Exactly. Now he turns to you and asks, do you want to stick with door number 1 or switch to door number 2?
Ugh. Well, my gut says stick. It feels like it's 50-50 now between door 1 and door 2.
Right.
That's what most people think,
Mm-hmm.
but it's wrong. You should absolutely switch.
What? Why? How?
Okay, think about it. When you first picked door number 1, what was the chance the car was behind it?
1 out of 3. 1/3.
Exactly. 1/3 chance it's behind door 1, which means there's a 2/3 chance it's behind one of the other 2 doors.
Okay. Still with you.
Now, Monty opens one of those other doors, door 3, because he knows it has a goat. He hasn't changed the fact that your door number 1 only had a 1/3 chance initially. He's essentially taken that entire 2/3 probability that was spread across doors 2 and 3 and concentrated onto the single remaining unopened door, door number 2.
Whoa. Okay, so opening door 3 didn't make my door 1 more likely. It just showed me where the remaining 2/3 probability isn't behind door 3, so it must be behind door 2.
You got it. Switching doubles your chance of winning from 1/3 to 2/3. It's pretty mind-bending the first time you hear it. That is wild. It's like, imagine you lost your keys in one of 3 rooms. You guess room A. Your friend checks room C and says, nope, not here. Suddenly, room B looks a lot more likely than your initial guess, room A, doesn't it?
Oh, perfect analogy. That initial guess probability doesn't change. The new information just redirects the other probabilities.
Okay, my brain hurts slightly, but in a good way. So probability isn't just goats and cars. It's everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Think about sports. A professional football kicker, for instance. They might make, 94 out of 100 extra point attempts?
Sounds about right. So a 0.94 probability.
Exactly. Or think about risk. Reports show the risk of fatality in commercial air travel is practically 0 per kilometer traveled. Driving a car, it's like 0.5 fatalities per 100 million kilometers. Riding a motorcycle, way higher, maybe 35 times the risk of a car. Understanding those probabilities helps you make informed choices.
Right. It helps you figure out everything from, well, maybe not buying that lottery ticket,
Probably a good call, probability-wise.
to maybe skipping the extended warranty on a cheap printer because the probability of it breaking within the warranty period in a way the warranty actually covers is pretty low.
You're thinking like a statistician already. It's all about weighing those likelihoods.
Okay, wow. So we've kind of journeyed through the world of averages, mean, median, mode, seeing how they give different angles on the same data.
Different snapshots of the center.
And then we tackled probability, understanding how we measure chance and how sometimes our intuition about it can be way off, like with Monty Hall.
Absolutely. The key takeaway for you listening is that these concepts aren't just academic. Mean, median, and mode help you question what average really means when you see it in the news or at work. And probability helps you assess risk and likelihood in, well, pretty much everything.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Imagine going to a reunion and they say the average net worth is like $10 million.
Yeah.
But then you realize it's 9 people with student debt and 1 tech billionaire who just sold their company. Knowing about the median would give you a much better idea of how your own finances compare to most people there.
Exactly. So the challenge for you is to start noticing these things. When you hear an average, ask yourself, is it the mean, median, or mode? How might an outlier be affecting it? When you think about chances, are you falling for a Monty Hall type trap?
But it really makes you think. These basic ideas are sort of the foundation for understanding a lot more complex stuff too, aren't they?
They absolutely are. This is just scratching the surface, but understanding this hidden language of numbers, that's a superpower in today's world. Keep listening to your data.